finish off creeping these camps. Obviously he has these wards. I think he got the other ward as well. I didn't quite, I didn't check, but I assume he did. Yeah, Grubby got this ward as well, and it looks like Grubby's gonna creep out these trappers, just try and get the tome. Probably actually finish off all the creeps, assuming that no one comes in for a creep deck. But it looks like all the units are pretty far behind. Tome of Intelligence +2 for Grubby. It's an alright. Actually, it looks like Lynn is coming in. Grubby, bear in mind, has this ward, so we'll know about Lynn coming in here, and Grubby will need to actually probably could come back in and steal this creep. Yeah, he does come in and steal it, and Lynn will be able to take out this last one pretty happily, but I'm probably not confident in the fact that he can do so. And Lynn doing some pretty nice creeping here. I think Lynn actually out creeping Grubby at this point, doing some much better creeping. Will be picking up an item. Ooh, wow, very nice. One to the win there for Lynn. Obviously, a Cyclone always fantastic against Orc, and just to be able to take out that Blade Master for a lot of the fight is pretty nice, even though it will be dispelled pretty quickly. Grubby actually only with 2 Spirit Walkers at this point, so it won't be able to do a tremendous amount, and Grubby doing some very nice peon scouting as well, constantly knowing what's going on in the map, where Lynn is creeping, and at a pretty low cost as well. And looks like Grubby's going to be creeping out the camp that Lynn was creeping out a second ago, or his equivalent at least, hoping for probably an equivalently good item, to be honest. I mean, there's not many items that are better than that, One of the Wind. It looks like Lynn going to be creeping out his mine as well, but unlikely to be expanding. And even though there's a long rush insistent, oh wow, Mana Stone, very very nice there for Grubby. That's really going to help with that mana regeneration, considering he has almost 600 maximum mana, but is only level 2 at this point, probably level 3 after this camp. And Grubby does have his first Kodo now, so actually, and using Reveal, so I think Grubby could be looking for a fight soon. Actually, ooh wow, another Reveal being used, very expensive there for Grubby, but it does catch that Blade Master, so it is probably worth it. And a level 3 now on that Shadowhunter, it was so important to get both of those creep kills. And Lynn now at level 3 with his Shadowhunter. No, he does have his Kodo out now, so probably it's the window of opportunity for a fight is gone. And it looks like 50 food for Lynn, and I imagine 50 food for Grubby, and both players will probably start banking up, and eventually will bring in their peons and just have a massive fight. It looks like, oh wow, nice dust there by Grubby, getting an ensnare off. Lynn forced to use a Invuln Pot and Windwalk just to get away, and looks like that's going to be very annoying for Lynn, having to rebuy an Invuln Pot, which he will probably do immediately, possibly by Healing Scroll as well, depending on how much money he has. Oh no, Scroll of Protection, wow, really interesting. I like that choice, to be honest, because I imagine he doesn't have any armor upgrades yet. No, one attack upgrade, no armor upgrades. The armor upgrade probably will come eventually. And actually, I imagine Grubby has similar upgrades. 1-0, yeah, same for Grubby. But what I like about this is that obviously what you generally get is you generally get a couple quick fights and then the game is over, the game is decided. And so by buying that Scroll of Protection, it's a lot cheaper than buying the armor upgrade, but it has actually a greater effect for the course of one battle, assuming it isn't all dispelled too quickly. But considering how much other stuff Grubby will have to dispel, considering there's that Wand of the Wind in play, it's a pretty nice choice. And it looks like Grubby losing the first Raider, and that's really bad for him in this battle. It looks like he's going to lose another Raider as well. This is not going Grubby's way, and this Scroll of Protection's been popped. I think Grubby has got to be knowing this battle's not going in this way, so he just decides to TP out. He's going to lose a third Raider as well. Oh my god, not a good fight for Grubby, even slightly. And I imagine Lynn will be very happy after that fight at 47 food. Actually now at 50 food now, he's building that one Raider, and Grubby only at 44 food, despite the fact that he has a Raider in production already. And it looks like Grubby going to continue doing some lumber harvesting actually now. Perhaps he's going to be hoping for a bit of a longer game. I'm not quite sure. It looks like he's going to, and Lynn's going to be creeping out this gold mine. Going to be getting level 4 on this Blade Master very shortly. Is he foregoing? No, he's not foregoing that Gauntlet of Ogre Strength. It'd be really nice if Lynn could creep out this camp now. That's really the only major camp that's left nearby. And excuse me, it looks like that is what he's doing. And it looks like Lynn actually taking a lot of damage on this one Raider. We'll need to be careful to keep it alive. Is Lynn getting more upgrades now? Yes, he is getting an armor upgrade. And I imagine Lynn's getting a very similar, or Grubby's getting a similar. No, he's not actually. I'm surprised by that, unless he got the armor upgrade. I didn't notice. But that armor upgrade is very, very nice. And yeah, Grubby does have that armor upgrade. So it's so nice to get those upgrades, and probably get a second attack upgrade pretty soon as well, and then maybe much later get that second armor upgrade if it comes to it. And obviously upgrades do play a very important role late game in Orc versus Orc, but early game you really have much better things to do. And Lynn picking up a Cloak of Flames there from that camp, very very nice item, to be honest, just because there's so much melee in that army. If you pass it off to the Blade Master and he can touch say 4 of Grubby's units, then that's 40 damage per second. Obviously it's not focus damage, but it's still pretty nice to be doing. And it looks like Grubby's going to be creeping out this camp here, the one that Grubby supposedly is famous for liking, although I've never noticed any sort of love of it, to be honest. And looks like Grubby with a scroll of healing and a invuln pot, which is pretty nice items for him. And I think Lynn will be trying to emulate those items. Actually, he has neither on his Blade Master at the moment. Probably gonna buy a scroll of healing here, although invuln pot would be nice eventually, but he just has too many good items at this point. And Grubby now taking to tier 3, and looks like Lynn doing the same thing. So wow, Lynn actually very far ahead in his tech to tier 3. It's very ambitious to try and tech to tier 3, to be honest, just because it can go so badly. It looks like Grubby actually tech to tier 3 as a response to Lynn's tech to tier 3, because he just started his just after having scouted it out with Grubby's little peon here, and it looks like that's a very, very interesting move, because obviously on Melting Valley the distances between the bases are so long that you can sort of get away with doing this. There's so many good upgrades at tier 3, that's why you do it. You don't do it for the coders or anything, you do it because you get your well, first you can buy a lightning orb, you can buy a tiny great hole, you can buy, oh my god, there's so much stuff. You can buy the Kodo upgrade, you can buy the Spirit Walker upgrade. You can really get a lot more bang for your buck, and considering neither side wants to push past 50 food, it's an alright decision. And if you notice your opponent is really going sort of crazy and building a 70 food army, you do have time to respond as long as you're back in your base, because it takes so long for your opponent to actually get to your base. But I really like this move here from Lynn, and the counter move by Grubby. It's a bit tricky to pull off, but if they do manage to pull it off, it means you get some even more intense battles. It looks like both sides are just creeping out small sort of the remnant creeps now. Grubby actually creeping out the camp that Lynn was creeping out before, and Grubby with one Troll Witch Doctor. We've talked about this before, but it is pretty nice to round out your 50 food with a Troll Witch Doctor if you can, just because it's so useful against that Blade Master trying to get creep jacks off. But oh my god, that clap just puts out so much damage, especially in conjunction with the stone throw, and that can just be so damaging for you. And unfortunately Grubby has a large enough army that it's not too terrible for him, and Grubby gonna get level 5 now on his Blade Master, as well as get pretty close. Ooh wow, ooh, Lynn coming in but immediately getting hexed, and Grubby is responding to this. You can see because of those sentry wards, he is able to just get constant ensnares, constant hexes, and one more. Ooh, Grubby will manage to get the Blade Master kill here, and that is huge. Level 4 Blade Master going down for Lynn, and Lynn cannot be happy with that. And Grubby actually now has one peon which he's losing. It looks like Lynn does have a tiny great haul, but I wonder if Grubby actually noticed that. He did obviously have that peon there, but did he click on that Shadow Hunter to see what items he had? Hopefully he did, and he will know about the expansion going up, but it's possible that Grubby just wasn't paying attention at all. It looked like that Grubby may not have even noticed the peon going down at all, depending on where his micro was. He was still creeping out that camp, because he left some of that camp over. And level 5 now on this Blade Master, and I imagine level 4 in a bit, yeah, level 4.5 on the Shadow Hunter. And oh wow, Grubby picking up an Orb of Lightning now, going to be able to do all those tier 3 stuff. You can see he's getting his Spirit Walker up training, getting his Kodo upgrade, and I wonder if Lynn's getting the same thing. Lynn must already have it. Yeah, Lynn has plus 4 damage on that Kodo. That means he does have the attack upgrade and master training on the Spirit Walkers, so he does have all that extra mana, all that extra all those extra hit points. Just the Reincarnate, which is an awesome spell in itself. Obviously, you don't really need to go for Reinforced Defense, which is the other major upgrade at Orc tier 3. Well, that and Envenom Spears, but it's just not too useful against raiders, because obviously your burrows take less damage from the from all the Spirit Walkers, but they take more damage from the raiders, so it's a bit of a trade-off there. There's no real point in getting it, and it looks like Lynn's expansion is up and running from that tiny Great Hall, and Grubby coming in here with his level 5 Blade Master will be able to do a lot of harassment. Ooh, is Grubby going for a Tauren Chieftain third? Very nice. Yeah, it looks like he is, and that's going to be very nice for him, pushing into 65 food immediately. And so it looks like Grubby will be going for a fight pretty soon, and just building so many units. You can see he's actually gone from exactly 50 to 65, because he has 4, 3, 3, 5, that's 15. That's going to be so nice for him, because he might just be able to catch Lynn off guard. Lynn spent all this money on this expansion. Lynn, although actually it's 72 food, so it looks like because Lynn was sort of above 50 food for a little bit before, he is just going to be able to continue to push so much just because of this expansion. It looks like he isn't taking too much of a debt, even though he had to he had to alter back his Blade Master, which really took a long time. It meant that he did have a bit more money, and it means that he can actually stay ahead of Grubby in terms of food, and that's very important, because hero levels are obviously important, and Grubby does have slightly better hero levels, and he will have a third hero as well. But we'll have to see whether or not it's actually enough. And it looks like this Tauren Chieftain is out and going for Aura first. Really interesting. Obviously, Stomp is an excellent skill if you can afford it, which is pretty tricky, because obviously Blade Master is so important, Shadow Hunter is so important. but if you can get to tier 3 and get that Torn Chieftain, that stomp can be so useful. Obviously level 1 stomp is very, very nice. It is 3 seconds stun, which is so good against a massive melee army, and even like if you think about it, level 3 stomp is only 5 seconds, so level 1 stomp actually pretty good, because the damage is, you don't really do it for the damage. Looks like this Torn Chieftain being patched in invuln pot though before this massive battle, and it's going to be so tricky to watch the heroes, but make sure you keep an eye on them, because the hero focus might be what determines this game. Grubby, Lynn with a 2-1 upgrades, and Grubby with, I imagine, similar upgrades, 2-2 upgrades for Grubby, so pretty similar at this point. Grubby taking a lot of damage on his Blade Master, needs to be careful using a healing scroll and getting out of here. We'll need to use another healing wave when he gets the money, and it looks like Grubby deciding just to fight on the border sort of with his Blade Master, which is a bit risky, and it looks like Grubby actually running his Blade Master a bit back now. The needs to be careful about Lynn though. Lynn could get the Blade Master kill there. Torn Chieftain now doing a lot of damage. Grubby getting his Blade Master cyclone, and oh my god, this is such an intense battle. Grubby getting a lot of devouring a lot with his Kodos,